Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. तथापि एकांत भक्तेषु पश्य भूपानुकंपितम् यन्मे सुंस्त्यजतः साक्षात् कृष्णो दर्शनमागतः तथापि एकांत भक्तेषु पश्य भूपानुकंपितम् यन्मे सुंस्त्यजतः साक्षात् कृष्णो दर्शनमागतः तथापि एकांत भक्तेषु पश्य भूपानुकंपितम् यन्मे सुंस्त्यजतः साक्षात् कृष्णो दर्शनमागतः
तथापि एकांत भक्तेषु पश्य भूपानुकंपितम् यन्मे सुंस्त्यजत साक्षात् कृष्णो दर्शनमागतः
एकांत भक्तेषु पश्य भूपानुकंपितम् यन्मे सुंस्त्यजतः साक्षात् कृष्णो दर्शनमागतः तथापि एकांत भक्तेषु पश्य भूपानुकंपितम् यन्मे सुंस्त्यजतः साक्षात् कृष्णो दर्शनमागतः. One more. Okay. Tathapi, still, ekanta, unflinching, bhakteshu, unto the devotees, pashya, see here, bhupa, O king, anukampitam, how sympathetic, yat, for which, may, my, asoon, life, tyajataha, ending, sakshat, directly, Krishna, the personality of Godhead, darshanam, in my view, agataha, has kindly come. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Yet, despite his being equally kind to everyone, he has graciously come before me while I am ending my life, for I am his unflinching servitor. Purport. The Supreme Lord, the absolute personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, although equal to everyone, is still more inclined to his unflinching devotee who is completely surrendered and knows no one else as his protector and master. Having unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord as one's protector, friend, and master is the natural condition of eternal life. A living entity is so made by the will of the Almighty that he is most happy when placing himself in a condition of absolute dependence. The opposite tendency is the cause of fall down. The living entity has this tendency of falling down by dint of misidentifying himself as fully independent to lord it over the material world. The root cause of all troubles is there in false egotism. One must draw towards the Lord in all circumstances. The appearance of Lord Krishna as at the deathbed of Bhishmaji is due to his being an unflinching devotee of the Lord. You can do that. That's better. The appearance of Lord Krishna at the deathbed of Bhishmaji is due to his being an unflinching devotee of the Lord. Arjuna had some bodily relation with Krishna because the Lord happened to be his maternal cousin. But Bhishma had no such bodily relation. Therefore, the cause of attraction was due to the intimate relation of the soul. Yet, because the relation of the body is very pleasing and natural, the Lord is more pleased when he is addressed as the son of Nanda Maharaj, the son of Yashoda, the lover of Radharani. This affinity by bodily relation with the Lord is another feature of reciprocating loving service with the Lord. Bhishma Dev is conscious of this sweetness of transcendental humor, and therefore he likes to address the Lord as Vijaya Sakhe, Partha Sakhe, etc. And exactly like Nandanandan and Yashodanandan. The best way to establish a relation in the transcendental sweetness is to approach him through his recognized devotees. One should not try to establish the relation directly. There must be a via medium which is transparent and competent to lead us to the right path. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroh Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I offer my humble obeisances to all the devotees present here. I seek blessings from all the senior Vaishnavas, including Maharajas, Prabhus, Matajis, everyone, so that I can glorify Krishna in the right consciousness in the next 1 hour or so. Today we are reading from the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th chapter. This shloka is spoken by Bhishma Dev. The context is that Bhishma was lying on a bed of arrows after the Kurukshetra battle, and Yudhishthira Maharaj was bewildered. Yudhishthira Maharaj was concerned that, so many thousands and thousands of people were killed in the battle of Kurukshetra just to enthrone me as the king of Hastinapur. It's not worth it. I have committed a great sin. This is a great aparadh. Even if I perform hundreds and thousands of sacrifices, I won't be able to atone for the sin of killing so many people. What will happen to their families? What will happen to their dynasties and children and women in the families? So when these warriors who are supposed to be protecting and maintaining their families, when they are killed, their family will not have proper guidance. So basically, Yudhishthira Maharaj, whatever concerns Arjuna expressed in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, some of them, Yudhishthira Maharaj also had similar concerns. After the war, Krishna tried to pacify him. Vyasadeva tried to pacify him. Dhaumya tried to counsel him. But still, Yudhishthira Maharaj was still bewildered. He is not in a mood to accept any explanation. This is the pastime of Krishna. In this context, Krishna is described as Adbhuta Karmanaha, means one who performs wonderful activities. Adbhuta Karmanaha. What is the wonderful activity that Krishna performed? He was convincing Yudhishthira Maharaj. Externally, he was giving so much of explanation to convince and pacify Yudhishthira Maharaj. But internally, while sitting in the heart of Yudhishthira Maharaj as super soul, he is telling him, don't get convinced. Don't be convinced. Right? So that is Adbhuta Karmanaha. Why is Krishna trying to convince Yudhishthira Maharaj while convincing him not to get convinced by his convincing words while sitting in the heart of Yudhishthira Maharaj? The answer is, he wants to glorify Bhishma Dev. Let Bhishma Dev get the credit of convincing or counseling or pacifying Yudhishthira Maharaj. So Krishna took well-dressed Pandavas who looked like royal kings on royal chariots to the battlefield of Kurukshetra. There Bhishma was lying. And Bhishma received all these great personalities. Brahmarshi Rajarshi Devarshi Sanghaihi. So in that great assembly in front of our Bhishma Dev, not only Pandavas were there, not just Krishna. So many great sages came there. They understood there's going to be a Bhagavatam class here. Just like without any announcement. So many Brahmarshis, Rajarshis, Devarshis, Parashuram, Vishwamitra, Sukadeva Goswami, Vyasadeva, Dhaumya. So many universal celebrities appeared there just to hear some katha from Bhishma Dev. Just as when Parikshit Maharaj was about to depart in 7 days, he had an opportunity to hear Harikatha, Srimad Bhagavatam from Sukadeva Goswami on the bank of Ganga. Without any announcement or advertisement or WhatsApp circulation or status, etc. So many sages assembled there just to hear Bhagavatam for 7 days from Sukadeva Goswami. Similarly, now also without any announcement, so many universal celebrities appeared there at the deathbed of Bhishma Dev, because he is going to give a class before his departure. At least in Parikshit Maharaj's case, before his departure, someone else is speaking Bhagavatam. But in Bhishma Dev's case, before his departure, he is only speaking Bhagavatam. He is only giving class before dying. So to hear his last Bhagavatam class, so many people assembled there. Why did this happen? Let's try to discuss about Krishna at this moment. It is Krishna's Adbhuta Karmanaha. Sukadeva Goswami, while offering prayers to the Lord before speaking Bhagavatam, he describes Krishna as Shriyahapatir, Yagnapatir, Prajapatir, Dharapatir, Dhiyampatir, Lokapatir, Patir, Gatis, Chandhaka Vrishni Satvatam Patir, Prasidatam me Bhagavan Satvatam Pati. He glorifies Krishna as Pati, the master, the Lord, the leader of Sattvatas. You are the Lord of sacrifices, you are the Lord of everything. But more than all this, you are Sattvatam Pati, you are the leader of devotees, you are the master of devotees, you are the beloved Lord of all your devotees. So, what does this leader of Sattvatas do? Krishna. He finds ways and means to glorify his devotees. Therefore, Bhagavatam describes Krishna as Prabhave Sarva Sattvatam. He is Sattvatam Pati, he is the leader of devotees because he finds ways and means to glorify Sattvata devotees. Right? So, Prabhave Sarva Sattvatam, and also there is another statement in Srimad Bhagavatam that says that Krishna expands the glories of devotees And one of the purposes of Krishna's descent is to establish the glories of his devotees. Right? To reciprocate with the love and affection of his devotees and to expand their glories and to establish them in a great position so that their consciousness will positively influence common people and they take to the process of bhakti. That's how Krishna finds ways and means to glorify his devotees. Prabhave sarvasatvatam. And bhaktanam manavardhanam, another statement. Bhaktanam manavardhanam. So Krishna works so hard to increase the glory and increase the respect of his devotees. Bhaktanam manavardhanam. So Krishna is very sweet. On one hand, Krishna is extremely sweet in his character, especially in Vrindavan. Brahma says, Naumi dyate brava pushe taditambaraya gunjavatam saparipichhala sanmukhaya Vanyasraje kavala vetra vishana venu lakshmashriye mridupade pashupangajaya. Naumi idyate. Oh Krishna, I offer my obeisances unto you. I worship you. Idyate, you are worshipable. Abrava pushe, your bodily complexion is like that of a monsoon cloud. Taditambaraya, your ambara, your cloth is shining, your dhoti is shining, yellow. No midyate brava pushe taditambaraya gunjavatamsa, means he has gunjamala in his neck. Paripichala sanmukhaya, his face is resplendent with a beautiful shining peacock feather. Gunjavatamsa paripichala sanmukhaya Vanyasraje kavala vetra vishana venu. Vanyasraje means Krishna is having a beautiful forest flower garland. Kavala, vetra, little curd in his hand. Vetra, a stick, cow-heading stick in his hand. Vishana venu, he's just playing flute. Not a very costly, expensive, sophisticated musical instrument, but a small bamboo stick with some holes in it. Something that has holes in it cannot hold anything. But Krishna's flute is holding mesmerizing ragas, unlimited melodies. And these melodies emanating from Krishna's flute mesmerize the masters of musical science in the upper planets also. Gunjavatam saparipichhala sanmukhaya Vanyasraje kavala vetra vishana vedu Lakshmashriye mridupade pashupangajaya. Lakshmashriye, that beautiful cowhead boy form of Vrindavan. Krishna's form of cowhead boy in Vrindavan. That's the topmost manifestation of the absolute truth. Lakshmashriya, it's endowed with all opulences, this form. So on one hand, Krishna is extremely sweet, especially in Vraja pastimes. But on another hand, Krishna is extremely majestic. He orchestrates creation, maintenance, and destruction of this universe. In one of the previous shlokas in this chapter only, Bhishmadev says, Yesha vai Bhagavan Sakshat Adyo Narayana Puman. This personality standing in front of us, this blue boy, although he is more than 100 years old, he looks like a 16-year-old boy or a 20-year-old boy. So he is not just your cousin, O Pandavas. Yesha vai Bhagavan Sakshat. He is Supreme Personality Godhead himself. Adyo Narayana Puman. He is the Adi. He is the origin of Narayana. Unlimited Vishnus also. Brahma has seen the display. So Krishna is extremely majestic and Krishna is extremely sweet. Both the descriptions are there in Srimad Bhagavatam. Brahma says, Bhishma says, Arjuna says so. Arjuna says, Param Brahma Parandhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashvatam Divyam Adideva Majam Vibhum. So many great devotees glorified Krishna's majesty, his grandeur, his opulence. On the other side, Krishna's simplicity, Krishna's innocence, Krishna's sweetness also is glorified in Bhagavatam by so many devotees. But amongst all these divine virtues of Krishna, divine qualities of Krishna, one quality that stands out is Krishna's affection for his devotees. Therefore, he is Sattvatam-pati. He may be Shriyahapati, Yagnapati, Dharapati, Dhiyampati, Prajapati, he may be everything, but his being Sattvatam-pati is a very special quality of Krishna. He is the master of devotees. He is the leader of devotees. He is the lover of devotees. He has extreme compassion towards all his devotees. And Bhishma Dev is urging all of us, primarily the Pandavas, and through Pandavas, he is urging all of us to meditate on this quality of Krishna, the supreme leader of all devotees, how much he is affectionate towards those devotees who are following him. A leader may have so many qualities. Last 2 days, 3 days, we have been discussing leader's personal character, leaders' administrative capabilities, and leaders' interpersonal dealings with others. We have discussed so many things. One of the foremost qualities of a leader, as exemplified by the Supreme Leader Krishna himself, is affection for those whom they are leading. He is extremely affectionate. That's why Bhishma is saying, Yesha vai bhaga. He says, Pashya bhupanukampitam. Right? Pashya, oh Bhupa, oh King Yudhishthir Maharaj, you please consider how merciful Krishna is. Bhupa anukampitam. My Lord, my dear Lord is very, very affectionate towards his devotees. Right? Pashya. Tathapi ekanta bhakteshu Pashya bhupanukampitam. Before this shloka, Bhishma Dev glorified Krishna in so many ways. His opulence, his majesty, and his grandeur is glorified by Bhishma in so many ways. But now, Bhishma Dev is drawing the attention of the Pandavas to this fact that Krishna loves his devotees. Krishna is affectionate towards his devotees. Krishna is extremely compassionate towards his devotees. Even in Damodar Leela we see Krishna's Vibhuti Shakti manifested in his belly, his opulence. And that Vibhuti Shakti is not allowing Mother Yashoda to bind Krishna's belly. Although she is trying so much and she is tying so many ropes one by one, she is unable to bind Krishna. Then finally Krishna's Kripa Shakti manifested there. As soon as Krishna's love, affection, Kripa, compassion, Anukampa on his devotees manifested there, Yashoda Mata could immediately bind Krishna. Svamatuhu svinna gatraya visrasta kabarasraja drishtva parishramam Krishna kripayasit svabandhane. Drishtva parishramam Krishna, seeing the parishram, seeing the hard work done by Mother Yashoda, Krishna's heart melted. And Krishna said that, let me be bound by Mother Yashoda. Kripa. Kripa manifested in Krishna, and Krishna allowed himself to be bound by Mother Yashoda. This is one of the foremost qualities of Krishna. His affection, his love, his mercy, his kripa, his anukampa upon his devotees. Now coming to the context of this shloka, Bhishma shloka, time up. Coming to the context of this shloka, Bhishma says that, oh, my dear Yudhishthira Maharaj, although my dear Lord is so glorious in so many ways, Pashya bhupanukampitam, he came here to see me. Assume styajan, as I am giving up my life, at this moment, I am about to give up my life, and Krishna has come to give me darshan. Krishna darshanam agataha. He has come to give me darshan. Whole life, Bhishma Dev, for whole life he was misunderstood by people. Why is Bhishma supporting Duryodhan? Why is he on the side of Dhritarashtra, Dushyasan? And why did he not speak a single word? Why did he not confront with Duryodhan and all when they were trying to disrobe Mother Draupadi? Why did he fight on behalf of Duryodhan, on the side of Adharma, against Dharma, against Dharmaraj? So these are concerns. Even till date, people misunderstand Bhishma. So Bhishma is one of the most misunderstood personalities by common people, right? But Krishna wanted to establish the glory of Bhishma in front of everyone just before his departure, right? He was about to give up his body. Many people say that Bhishma was waiting for Uttarayana to give up his body. He's waiting for the auspicious moment so that he can leave the body, so that he can get a better destination. But he was not waiting for Uttarayana time. He was waiting for a personality named Uttarayana. That is Krishna. Because Krishna has taken shelter of Uttara's womb or Krishna has given shelter to Mother Uttara, he is also called Uttarayana. And Bhishma is waiting for him. Yan Krishna Darshanam Agataha. So he is appreciating. Krishna, I have been waiting for your darshan. I thought of seeing you before leaving this body. So thank you, you have come here. And he is also telling the Pandavas, see, Krishna has come to see me before I depart. Although he made me fight on behalf of these Kauravas against the Pandavas, standing in front of him, throwing arrows at him. Mama nishita sharair vibhidyamana means the arrows of Bhishma, Nishita Sharair, the sharp arrows of Bhishma are not only directed towards Arjuna, sometimes they go towards Arjuna's driver also, charioteer also, Krishna also. And they pierce Krishna's armor also. Vibhidyamana. Tvachi vilasat bhava Krishna Atma. So the arrows are piercing Krishna's body, and there is some blood on Krishna's body, there is perspiration on Krishna's face, and there is dust on Krishna's face, and seeing that form, Bhishma goes ecstatic. In fact, Krishna gave more mercy to Bhishma than even Arjuna. Prabhupada says in the first canto 9th chapter. Because Arjuna was seeing the back of Krishna. But Bhishma is constantly getting the darshan of Krishna's beautiful face as Partha Sarathi. As Prabhupada writes in today's purport, that's why Bhishma is addressing Krishna as Vijaya Sakhe, Partha Sakhe, Partha Sarathi. So Bhishma's darshan of Krishna is not complete without Arjuna there. Because he's in a mode of Virya Rasa. And Krishna came as a chariot driver. And Krishna is not picking up any weapon. Bhishma is getting agitated. I have to make him pick up a weapon. He took a vow also. Then Krishna had to pick up this chariot wheel and then charged against Bhishma Dev just to fulfill his desire to see him hold a weapon. Of course, chariot wheel is not considered a weapon. When a warrior is going to fight, he will pick up some bow and arrows and swords. He will not pick up some chariot wheels with him, right? It is lying there, and Krishna picked up and used it as a weapon, about to use it as a weapon, and that satisfied Bhishma because he's in Virya Rasa. So anyways, Bhishma is misunderstood by so many people. But Krishna wanted to establish the glory of Bhishma Dev just before his departure. Therefore, he did not allow Pandavas, he did not allow Yudhishthira Maharaj to be convinced by his own explanations, and he wanted to give that credit of convincing Yudhishthira Maharaj to Bhishma. Let Bhishma give him a class. Let Bhishma speak about Dana Dharma, Raja Dharma, Varna Dharma, Ashrama Dharma, Stri Dharma, ultimately Bhagavata Dharma, and Vishnu Sahasranam. Let him speak all these things and enlighten the Pandavas, and his teachings, let his teachings be the guiding force for all generations to come. So Bhishma's knowledge and Bhishma's devotion and Bhishma's detachment, Bhakti, Jnana, Vairagya. So these three attributes of Bhishma, Bhakti, Jnana, Vairagya, are established by Krishna, were declared by Krishna, were revealed, exposed by Krishna just before Bhishma's departure. Sometimes a devotee may be misunderstood for a long, long time. But if the devotee is genuine, Krishna will one day expose his glory to the whole world. And it took several years for Bhishma's glory to be revealed to the whole world. So Krishna personally came and he told, you should train Pandavas. Before dying, give a Bhagavatam class and then you die. Right? So he came to again engage Bhishma in service. Right? I'm dying now. I want to take your darshan and then die. You can do that, but give a class, then you die. Not a single drop of blood is there in Bhishma's body. Every single point of his body is pierced by Arjuna's arrows and is lying on a bed of arrows. It's not a very comfortable situation, physically speaking. But even in such situation, Bhishma's mind is perfectly fixed up on pure spiritual knowledge. He is able to speak very coherently. He is able to impart knowledge to Arjuna and the Pandavas and Yudhishthira Maharaj especially with perfect clarity of thought. Now all these universal celebrities, even Bhishma's own guru, Parashuram was sitting there, standing there. Sukadeva Goswami, the foremost speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam, is standing there. And the immortal writer of Bhagavatam, Vyasdev, is standing there. And Krishna is personally standing there. Did you ever give a Bhagavatam class in that assembly? Krishna, Vyasadev, Sukadeva Goswami, Parashuram, Vishwamitra, Jamadagni, and their disciples, hundreds of disciples, Yudhishthira Maharaj. To give a counseling session to Yudhishthira Maharaj is not a small thing. He is not an IAS boy. He is already Dharmaraj. He is aware of all the Dharma Sukshmas. But Krishna wanted Yudhishthira Maharaj to become a student of Bhishma Dev and be enlightened by him. And based on the enlightenment given by Bhishma, Yudhishthira Maharaj is supposed to orchestrate his kingdom. We discussed, right? Nishamya Bhishmoktam Athachyutoktam. The way Yudhishthira Maharaj is ruling his kingdom is in accordance with the teachings of Bhishma Dev. And of course, Krishna's teachings. Nishamya Bhishmoktam Atha Achyutoktam. So, although Bhishma was a misunderstood personality, just before his departure, Krishna made the whole world understand that Bhishma is the guru of Yudhishthira Maharaj also. When Krishna failed to convince Yudhishthira Maharaj, when Vyasadev's wise words failed to pacify Yudhishthira Maharaj, when Dhaumya's well-wishing guidance failed to pacify Yudhishthira Maharaj, it is Bhishma's words who pacified and controlled his emotions. Yudhishthira Maharaj's emotions. What could be a better way of glorifying Bhishma Dev in this way? So Bhishma may be misunderstood, but in Krishna's heart, Bhishma always had a special place. Actually, in Arjuna's case, Krishna told, Arjuna, you just act as my instrument. I have already killed these people. You just act as my instrument. What was that shloka? Tasmatva muttishta yasholabhasva jitva shatrun bhungshva rajyam samruddham mayai vaite nihataha purvameva nimittamatram bhavasavya sachin. Tasmatva muttishta, get up, Arjuna. Tasmatva muttishta yasholabhasva. You attain reputation, great fame. First point, attain fame. Yasholabhasva. Jitva shatrun, conquer your enemies. Great. Bhungshva rajyam samruddham. Means you enjoy a prosperous kingdom. First and third seems very easy. Gain reputation, enjoy kingdom. Great. But in between, Krishna said, Jitva Shatrun, you conquer your enemies also. Oh, this is difficult. Enjoying kingdom is great. Gaining reputation is great. But conquering enemies will take some effort, right? Then Krishna said, don't worry, I have done that also. Mayai vaite nihataha purvameva. By me, they have already been killed. Then what am I supposed to do? You are telling me conquer enemies, and you are also declaring that they have already been killed, and you are showing their dead bodies also. They are entering into the mouths of Kala Rupa. What am I supposed to do? Nimittamatram bhavasavya sachin. Just be an instrument in my hands. I have decided their death. You manifest their death by throwing arrows. Your arrows are already empowered to kill them. You don't have to exert yourself. Now, to act as an instrument in Krishna's hands in this way is very easy. Not minimizing Arjuna's glory, but when you have to act as an instrument in some superior's hands or Krishna's hands, knowing that you will become successful, that's very easy. You act as an instrument, you will be successful. That's great. But Bhishma also acted as an instrument in Krishna's hands, but he did not get reputation. He got ill fame. He did not do Jistva Shatrun. He was killed by enemies. And he did not experience this Bhungshva Rajyam Samruddham. He never sat on the throne. Acting as an instrument to win glory, to conquer enemies and to enjoy kingdom is easy. But acting as an instrument in Krishna's hands to lose in a battle, despite being the most celebrated warrior of that time, is very difficult. To act as an instrument in Krishna's hands to become infamous for all time to come, that's very difficult. So Krishna acted as an instrument in, Arjuna acted as an instrument in Krishna's hands. Bhishma also acted as an instrument in Krishna's hands. But Bhishma's way of acting as an instrument in Krishna's hands is much more difficult compared to Arjuna's way of acting as an instrument in Krishna's hands. I hope we are able to appreciate this fact. Therefore, Prabhupada glorifies Bhishma more than Arjuna also, many times. Not only in terms of receiving mercy, but also in terms of acting as an instrument in Krishna's hands. Some services are very difficult, some services are very easy. But despite all the difficulties and toughness of that service, if somebody still continues to serve Krishna and not complain, that's glorious. Bhishma is like that. Bhishma, he acted as an instrument in Krishna's hands, and he agreed to be misunderstood by so many people. And Krishna wanted to prove this point. However glorious you may be, however talented you may be, however influential you may be, however powerful you may be, if you stand on the side of adharma, you will be defeated. Just to give this communication to the whole world, he used Bhishma as an instrument, and Bhishma agreed to act as an instrument at the cost of being misunderstood by common people. Most people in this world, conditioned souls in this world, they love themselves more than anyone else. They may say, I love my mother, I love my father, I love my brother, I love my sister, I love my community, I love my nation. That's all fine. But according to the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 14th chapter, last few shlokas spoken by Sukadeva Goswami, everybody loves themselves the most. And the dearness that they have towards themselves is manifested as dearness towards so many other things around them. Extended sense gratification, in Prabhupada's words. Right? So, but Bhishma, he did not love himself. He loved Krishna the most. He did not have, and even when Bhishma was apparently challenging Krishna and making him pick up a weapon, Bhishma is doing it out of love only, because that will stimulate Krishna's virya rasa, and he wants to reciprocate with Bhishma's virya rasa, and that will make Krishna happy. So Krishna becomes happy when you serve him, but Krishna becomes more happy when he gets an opportunity to serve a pure devotee, when he gets an opportunity to act in accordance with the desires of a pure devotee. Therefore, a pure devotee desires that Krishna acts in a certain way, so that Krishna becomes happy to act in that way, so that it pleases the pure devotee. These are like finer nuances of Krishna's relationship with his devotees. So Bhishma is completely sold out servant of Krishna. Knowing that he will be killed in the battlefield, he is fighting with full responsibility. Arjuna fought knowing that he will win. And Bhishma fought knowing that he will lose. And both acted as instruments of Krishna. And Krishna understood that people will misunderstand Bhishma. Now let me glorify Bhishma, announce Bhishma's knowledge, announce Bhishma's devotion, announce Bhishma's detachment, announce Bhishma's glory as a pure devotee in front of the whole world, at least before his departure. That's the leader of Sattvatas, Sattvatampati. He did not allow Bhishma's glory to be shadowed by his external activities. He revealed that. And those who want to know, those who are qualified to know, those who are aspiring to know, they will know how glorious Bhishma is. Right? The Lord will never cheat his devotees. The Lord will not allow his devotees to be demeaned by people. Apparently, he may orchestrate incidents like that, but ultimately, the position of such pure devotees in the hearts of the Lord and in the hearts of all the devotees is very high, very sacred. The Lord allocates that sacred space, he reserves that sacred space in his heart for such pure devotees. If you go to the example of Vritrasur or Dadhichi Muni, not or, and Vritrasur and Dadhichi Muni in the 6th canto of Bhagavatam, apparently the Lord has personally planned for their death, isn't it? When all the devatas came to Lord Vishnu saying that, "Oh Lord, this Vritrasur is coming to kill us. You have appeared in so many incarnations to kill so many demons. No, you please take another incarnation to kill this Vritrasur." Then the Lord said, No, I will not come as an incarnation. You have to kill him. How? First point, Vritrasura is my pure devotee, he will not harm you, don't worry. But you have to kill him. How? Go to my another pure devotee, Dadhichi Muni, ask for his bones. And with that bones, Vishwakarma can create a thunderbolt weapon. He can create a Vajrayudha. And with that Vajrayudha, you will be able to effortlessly kill Vritrasura. Now, the Lord did not send an SMS to Vritrasura or Dadhichi Muni. I am sending my people and sending my devatas to you. They are going to kill you. No prayer communication. Right? It's understood. Without any prayer communication, without taking any permission from these pure devotees, the Lord has arranged for their death. Now people will get emotionally affected, isn't it? I have been worshipping him and he's planning for my death. Pure devotees are being killed by mixed devotees, and who is authorizing this killing? The Lord is personally authorizing. He is giving that idea. By the way, Devatas never had this idea to kill Dadhichi Muni to take his bones. Vishnu has given that idea. Now, any typical servant in this world can understand their material master like this only. So, Dadhichi had all reasons to misunderstand Vishnu. How can Lord Vishnu think like this? I have been worshipping him. He had sent these devatas to kill me and take my bones. It's not, bone is not like a nail or finger or hair to give. Okay, you take this. It's not that a phone or some other product in your home to give. Giving bones basically means he has to die. So basically these devatas came to Dadhichi Muni and said, one service. What is that service? Please die. One service. Please die and give your bones. Without death, they cannot take the bones. And Dadhichi Muni did not misunderstand the Lord. Even while dying, Dadhichi Muni meditated on Lord Vishnu. Completely absorbed in meditating on Lord Vishnu. And these devatas are like killing him, cutting his body, taking his bones one by one. He did not even realize the pain. He is so absorbed in samadhi that he did not even realize the pain of himself being separated from his body. Even when injection is given to us, we feel so much pain, but he was not conscious at all. He was conscious of Krishna. He was in transcendental consciousness. He was not conscious of his external body. So the devatas took away his bones. They went to Vishwakarma. He manufactured a thunderbolt weapon, Vajrayudha. With that Vajrayudha, Indra went and killed Vritrasura. And Vritrasura, now you see. Vritrasura has been worshipping the Lord. Vritrasura is Chitraketu Maharaj in his past life, and because of a mistake he has done, he has been cursed to become a demon. But as Vritrasura, he was completely focused on his meditation on the Lord. He is fighting only on behalf of his quote-unquote father, Tvashta, who created him as an instrument of his revengeful attitude. See, he's a pure devotee, supposed to be acting as an instrument in the hands of the Supreme Lord. But his whole birth and the activity he has done in that Janma was as an instrument in the hands of Tvashta. Tvashta conducted a sacrifice just to create Vritrasura, just so that he can kill the killer of his son. That is Indra. So the Lord may put his pure devotees in such situations also. And now the Lord is planning for the death. So Vritrasura was not thinking, I have been worshipping him, I have been aspiring to reach him, and he's planning for my death. Vritrasura and Dadhichi and Bhishma and many other exalted devotees in the universal spiritual history have been mistreated by common people, and the Lord sanctioned it. Sometimes the Lord personally planned it also, as we have seen 3 examples. It is within the Lord's plan that Bhishma be killed, Bhishma be defeated. But only to establish his glory, how detached Bhishma is, how devoted Bhishma is, how malleable and flexible and adaptable Bhishma is towards the will of Krishna. Sarathya parishada sevana sakhya dautya virasananugamanastavana pranaman snigdheshu pandushu jagat pranatim cha vishnu or bhaktim karoti nripatis charana ravinde. Why Krishna is doing so many menial services to the Pandavas? Snigdheshu Pandushu Jagat Pranatim cha Vishnor. All the Pandavas are malleable by the will of Krishna. So, one of the foremost qualities of a devotee is to be malleable by the will of the Lord, who is the leader of devotees, Sattvatampati. And Krishna surrenders to that malleability of his devotee, and he finds ways and means to glorify such malleable devotees. Whether it is Vritrasur is glorified in Bhagavatam, although he lost the battle, although he was killed. Indra was not glorified so much. Indra had to hide in that Mansarovar lake for 1000 years after winning the battle. You see, who is the winner? Who is the loser? Bhagavatam has a different perspective only. Generally, one who wins the battle is the hero. One who loses in the battle, is the loser. But here the loser of the battle went to Vaikuntha. The winner of the battle is hiding in a lotus stem for 1000 years, and later he only got Svargaloka. Not more than that. So Krishna may apparently do some injustices, allow devotees to experience some difficulties or whatever. But ultimately, all this is an expression of Krishna's love and affection for the devotee. So, we have so many stories where Krishna showed his affection towards his devotees by blessing them. Many people give this story of Sudama. Sudama gave 4 handfuls of flat rice to Krishna and he got a big palace. Amazing. And that fruit vendor, she gave few fruits to Krishna that he can hold in his little hands, and she got a basket full of jewels. So these stories are very good to attract people to Krishna consciousness, right? In new programs, we may even speak these stories so that people get attracted. But if you speak Bhishma story, Bhishma is a pure devotee, but Krishna orchestrated his death in this way. He engaged his own devotee, Arjuna, to kill Bhishma. When Arjuna said, I will not kill, no, you have to kill. So Krishna pushed Arjuna to kill. You cannot speak the story of Vritrasur. You can speak, of course, depending on how we present. But Vritrasur's example, although he is a great worshipper of Krishna, but Krishna planned for his death. The Diji is a great worshipper of the Lord. He planned for his death. Pandavas, pure devotees of the Lord. But Bhishma himself says in this series, Aho kashtam aho nyayam yadyuyam dharmanandana jivitam narhata klishtam vipra dharmachyutashrayah. Aho kashtam, how many difficulties you faced. Aho anyayam, how many injustices you have encountered. Kashtam is difficulty, anyayam is injustice. You know what is the difference? Kashtam is it may be difficult for you to do a task, or it may be cold outside, it may be difficult for you to deal with the temperature. So these are like general customs where people may not intend to cause difficulty to us. Many difficulties come to us without somebody causing it, or because of nature. But injustice, anyayam, is deliberately caused by somebody to trouble us. So when you say injustice, somebody has done injustice. There is a person involved there. Custom may come from nature also. Custom can come from, in one of the shlokas of our scriptures, it says that if somebody bites his own tongue with his own teeth, whom will he blame? Right? Some customs are like that also. Nobody may instigate that. But anyayam is a difficulty inflicted upon somebody deliberately by somebody else. Right? So Pandavas went through custom also, anyayam also. But Vipra dharmachyuta ashrayah, they have never compromised on taking shelter of Vipra, Dharma and Achyuta. That's their glory. And to announce this glory of his devotees, Krishna allows them to face custom and anyayam, and he himself may orchestrate so many difficulties in the life of a devotee. Right? This is the well-wishing nature of Krishna. To conclude, Krishna is Sattvatampati. He is the supreme leader of devotees. And one of the foremost quality of this Supreme Lord Krishna is not just maintaining people or creating or destroying or maintaining or paritranaya sadhunam vinayashaya dushkritam. All these things are there. as Krishna's activities and glorious activities, but one of the foremost qualities of Krishna is his love, his affection, his well-wishing nature towards his devotees. Right? So he is the supreme leader of all devotees, and the supreme quality of the supreme leader is to love, to be extremely compassionate towards his devotees. Pashya bhupa anukampitam. See his anukampa. See his great mercy upon his devotees. So, coming to the leadership context, if a leader not only leads people with strategies and other things, effective ways, but also has genuine affection, love for those whom they are leading, that's the best format of leadership. Loving people. And that love is expressed by inspiring them to take to Krishna consciousness and being genuinely happy to see them absorbed in bhakti, absorbed in Krishna seva, Krishna naam, Krishna kirtan, Krishna katha. Right? So Krishna wants to show these ideal examples to all of us, and Krishna is demonstrating repeatedly how much he loves his devotees. And we progress in bhakti to the degree we appreciate that Krishna's love, Krishna's affection, despite his apparent indifference and apparently causing difficulties. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the South Indian Brahmana, Sri Rangam Brahmana, reading Bhagavad Gita. When he asked, "Why are you crying? Why there are tears in your eyes?" Immediately this Brahmana said that, "Oh, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I have tears in my eyes because whenever I open Bhagavad Gita, I only see Krishna playing the role of Arjuna's chariot driver. That reflects how much he loves his devotees. Just remembering how much Krishna loves his devotees, tears automatically come from my eyes." Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is actually speaker of Bhagavad Gita as Krishna, he said that, "Oh Brahmana, whatever you understood from Bhagavad Gita is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. You may be illiterate, you may not be reading any shlokas, you may not be able to understand, you may not be able to read properly, but still whatever you understood from Bhagavad Gita is the essence of Bhagavad Gita, because you have genuine appreciation for Krishna's quality, foremost quality of Krishna, which is his affection for his devotees." Thank you very much. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. 8:58, 2 minutes for question.
A short question. I feel like a common person, so sometimes I become confused by the situation of Bhishma. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it said that all these complicated pastimes sometimes has different reasons, different motives why it happened. Krishna's Kaviraj said, Panchami, Saptami, sometimes have 5 different reasons or even 7 different reasons because why it happened. So you can tell us why, because there are more than one, Bhishma Dev don't involve himself in defending Draupadi in that scene.
Okay. Was that a...
The different reasons, no?
Okay.
The reasons. Because sometimes we hear TV series and we get confused. So sometimes it's TV series, Mahabharata, what is true, but what is... you get confused. What is the real reason, the different reasons that appears in Shastra? Okay. Why he prevent himself to don't involve?
Ultimately, whatever happened in that Draupadi Vastraharan episode, where big, great personalities, pure devotees also kept quiet, it's ultimately to allow Krishna to come and protect. When every single force in the entire cosmic manifestation fails to protect a devotee, Krishna is still there to protect. Different people may have different reasons why they cannot come and help, but Krishna will always help. Same thing in Gajendra's episode also. So in one sense, all these wonderful personalities, their keeping quiet is to enhance Krishna's glory, establish Krishna's glory as the supreme protector of devotees in all circumstances. Thank you.